All right, media, can we gather around? Closer, energy.
You can go around.
All right. Danny.
And still. How you doing, champ?
Champ, obviously your second defense of the Undisputed titles. How's camp been? How you feeling?
Oh, camp, I ain't got but a few more days left.
Camp has been great. I'm feeling good, feeling strong. My weight is good. I'm happy, I'm in good spirits, so I'm ready to go.
So Dev, on Twitter you said war, like war is coming. Can we elaborate a little bit what that means?
I mean, when we go into a fight, when we go into a fight, we say, it's war, it's combat. Two warriors going at it. We put our life on the line when we go in that ring, and let me get these interviews.
Devin, Ryan and Tank, they're supposed to be betting their fight purse on this fight. How do you see that going? Do you think that's real or pro wrestling?
Nah, I don't think it's real. I don't think that they should. At the end of the day, when you go into a fight, you put it all on the line anyway. So there's no point for them to bet their fight purses or anything like that.
Do you have a favorite in that fight?
I think it's a good fight. I think it's 50-50. I think Ryan obviously has a size advantage, but the rehydration thing, rehydration clause, kind of like I don't know how he'll be under that, but I think it's a good fight for boxing. I'm excited to see it, and I'll be there to watch it.
Champ, obviously the winner of that fight, whoever it may be, is a huge fight for you after May 20th for you to defend the titles one last time before you move up to 140. Just curious.
Maybe one last time. We'll see.
Obviously you got to hit that scale, but just to be clear, would you accept any sort of rehydration clause if Tank were to win Saturday night?
Yeah, no, I said this before. I say it again. I never do a rehydration clause. Well, not at this where I'm at in my career. Right now, I'm the champion, the guy with all the hardware. So it would be no point for me to do a rehydration clause, especially with me being the champion. And everybody knows how hard it is for me to make 135. Tank said I was a middleweight, right? He said something like that. Yeah. Loma said I'm a heavyweight. So we know what it is.
Do you see any scenario where you would ask somebody to do a rehydration clause, like you're moving up and you fight somebody bigger?
Yeah. Like I said, not in this point in my career. Okay. I'm fighting for belts and stuff like that, so there's really no point in me doing a rehydration clause, but you never know.
Champ, who do you think will give you a better go, or who will be a tougher out for you, Ryan Garcia or Tank?
I can't really say. Styles make fights. Ryan is much bigger, but Tank has much more experience. He showed that I think he punches harder than Ryan, but and I think Ryan has more speed. But we just got to see. Styles make fights. You never know.
In the amateurs, didn't you fight Ryan Garcia?
Yeah.
And it was 3-3, right? You took 3 and you took 3. So you probably know him better than anybody, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean, we fought when we were kids. Our first fight, me and Ryan's first fight, we were like 10 years old. So yeah, we got a lot of history together. But I've changed as a fighter. I've gotten better, and I'm sure he has too.
I just talked to Ryan at the press conference, and he stated that after this fight, he's victorious. He definitely want to fight you. He don't know it's going to be at 35 or 40. What you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, that's good. I'm rooting for him. I want him to win. With that being said, because I want to make the biggest fights happen. He's showing interest in wanting to fight me. So, that's the guy I want to win.
Do you think Tank will fight you next if he wins?
I mean, he hasn't shown too much interest in fighting me. But I don't know. It all starts with May 20th, me being victorious then. That's my main focus, is being victorious, because without that, then, I don't get the bigger fights that I want.
Was the fight at 135 or 140 against Ryan?
We got to see. Probably 135, because it'll be an undisputed fight if it was to happen. But I don't know. I still got to see how I feel on May 19th with making the weight, then May 20th with me in the fight. See how I feel, but we'll see. We're not ruling nothing out. There's a fighter they've been calling out your names, and then Shakur Stevenson. What do you think about Shakur, man? Yeah, I mean, I think he's a good fighter. I think he's supposed to call my name. A lot of people, they was waiting on a reaction, like a crazy reaction from me, but it was no reaction because that's what he's supposed to do. I like that he called my name. I respect that, because I remember at a point when guys wouldn't call my name, they would say I was email champ, or it was nothing to gain, it was this, it was that. So now that guys are calling my name, I can't be mad at it. I gotta respect it. I say I'm the guy at the division. I say I am the guy with all the belts. So that's the guy you should call.
How important is that?
And if he wasn't calling me, I would say he was a duck. So the right thing to do is to call my name, and but like I said before, put some substance behind it, because the right people. Shakur knows the right people to call to make the fight happen, and yeah.
How was the sparring session? He said after the fight he dominated you in the sparring sessions, and he stated that when he do fight you, it's going to be an easy fight. He want to fight you to make a point. How was those sparring sessions, and just attest to that?
Yeah, me and Shakur, we've been sparring since, bro, I think my first sparring session we were like 12 years old, maybe a little bit older, but something like around there, maybe like 13 years old. So it's been times when he got the best of me and I got the best of him, but I cannot judge him off of those sparring sessions. I know he's gotten better, just like I can't judge Ryan off of the fights we fought when we were kids, because I know that he's gotten better, and so have I. If you judge off a sparring session, I mean, you're gonna be in for a long night, especially a sparring session when I was a kid.
Devin, Ryan's been mandatory for you before, and then he ended up calling out Gervonta Davis. Are you confident that if he gets past Gervonta, that if you would say let's fight, that he would take that?
Yeah, I mean, we just got to see. I don't know. I can't say. I cannot speak for him. He's shown interest in fighting me before. He's been my mandatory before. He could have fought me before, but we just got to see. My main focus right now is Loma, being victorious in that fight, and then we'll go from there.
What do you think is the most challenging thing about Lomachenko's style?
He has experience, ring generalship. I know he's training for a dirty fight, a scrappy fight. He wants to, get in and get as dirty as possible on the clinch. That's what I've heard that he's training for. So we're just preparing for whatever he brings to the table. But we know the type of fight that he wants.
Devin, it seems like not that long ago, Lomachenko was a champ. He was a man to beat, the guy of the division. On top of most people's pound for pound list, obviously he took that loss. What do you think has changed, though? Because it seems like so many people are overlooking him after his return.
Yeah, I mean, I think just because his last performance wasn't his best performance. He went in there and he showed like he was aging, but he also was out of a war. I'm sure a lot was on his mind. But we just got to see. We're preparing for the best Loma on that night. We're watching his best performances, and even before he showed flaws or showed anything, I was still calling Loma out years and years ago.
What would you say?
How does it feel to fight Lomachenko as the undisputed champion?
Yeah,
legacy fight. It's a fight that you've been wanting forever.
Man, it's a blessing. I'm happy that finally I get my shot at it. Tables have turned. It feels good that tables have turned. That now I'm the guy. I'm the guy giving him the shot. And I'm happy that I get to prove myself. I told him to fight me then because eventually, the longer he waits, the worse it will get. And I think it's just a very, very bad time for him to fight me.
There's a lot of him saying that in his mind he's undefeated, or he feels like he has a
delusion. He's fucking delusional. He lost not once but twice. And Tio beat him clear. The fight with Salido was close, but Tio beat him clear. I don't care what he says. He can say about an injury or whatever the fuck he want to say. At the end of the day, he came on late in the fight, but you had the injury the whole 12 rounds. He went in there, he fought scared, and he lost versus Tio. So I don't want to hear shit about he only got one, or no, you say he had no losses or something?
Yeah. Undefeated, yeah.
Man, that nigga ain't undefeated. He lost twice. He gonna lose again on May 20th.